As the digging of that part went on, a small gap appeared between the walls. The team put a camera in it, a small fiber optic camera that can go even in narrow places. When the video of the camera came on the monitor, everyone's eyes were wide open. Inside, a long, narrow tunnel-like place was visible. The walls were completely flat, as if they were made by people. And the most surprising thing was that there were wooden support beams set up at some places inside. The tunnel, that too, with an old-style design. Now the team was completely sure that this was not a natural formation, but a secret tunnel built by people. The question was, where does this tunnel go? And is there a room behind it, a vault, or any other building? The tunnel was so narrow that no person could enter it right now. But the camera went quite far, and a place was seen there, which was slightly open like a room exactly like the one described in treasure stories. But the story does not end here. When the team started looking carefully at the walls and the surface around that tunnel, another big discovery was made. Some strange marks were seen on the surface of the stones. At first, it seemed that these might be the marks of digging tools. But on looking carefully, it was understood that this was some old-style carving. Some marks looked like crosses, very old-style crosses, which are often seen in stories related to Templar knights. One corner also looked like it had some writing carved on it, some language that wasn't English, maybe Latin or a secret code. The team immediately took photos of the markings and sent them to an expert, who was an expert in reading ancient signs and writing. He said that they looked like Templar symbols and might point to a specific direction or place. It was no longer just a matter of digging. It was a matter of finding a historical clue, a clue that had been buried in the dirt for hundreds of years. And as the digging got deeper, many pieces of old rotten wood came out from the ground. Some pieces looked like they had been part of a door or a staircase, while others were straight beams or support poles. One of the pieces of wood also had burned edges. It looked like a fire or torch had been used there at some point. Now think, if there was a need to light a fire underneath, then people must have been there. Rick himself said at one point, all the things we saw today cannot be a natural combination. Someone has built all this here with a lot of planning for some purpose, and to be honest, it was now becoming clear that this building of Oak Island is not just stone and dirt. It is the key to a very big mystery. The team was now thinking hard. Does this room lead to the treasure of the Templar Knights? Is this the vault of some old secret group? And is there a map or code in the symbols made on the walls that will help reach that vault? So many connections were starting to come together. And now, the mystery of Oak Island started to seem deeper and more dangerous than ever. As the digging got deeper, the team realized that this place was no ordinary building. The walls, tunnels, and rooms that had been found so far were not just hidden. They were purposely hidden. Each stone was placed in a special way. The dirt on top was also different, as if it had been brought from outside and laid so that what was below could not be seen. This was not a sudden hole or a natural cave. This was a planned, carefully designed place, and its purpose was one, to hide. When the team looked at the joining of the stones between the walls, a special kind of engineering was visible in it. The joints of the stones were so exact that neither air nor water could pass between them. And this is a big thing in an area surrounded by water, like Oak Island. Then the wooden beams found around the tunnel were proof that someone had planned to keep this building strong. On top of that, some parts also had materials that were from outside the island, like coconut fibers, which are not found in Canada. This clearly meant that someone had brought materials from outside to make it a secret. Now think, no one would go to such lengths for no reason. There must have been a reason, either to hide something very valuable or to bury a secret forever. One of the team members even said, "This place is not just hidden, it was hidden by someone, and that too by people who thought from every angle." When all this was shown to Rick and Marty Lagina, their reaction was worth seeing. Marty, who always thinks a little practical, was quiet this time. He kept looking at the wall and then said, "I have never seen anything like this in my life. If this is true, then this is bigger than all our exploring missions so far." Rick, who always gets a little emotional, had a strange glow on his face. He did not say anything for a long time, just kept staring at that wall as if he was reading it. Then Rick said in front of the camera, "We have been digging here for years. We used to find something or the other every time. But what we have? found this time, it is not just a discovery. It is the answer. It seems like we are uncovering that part of a story which was always kept hidden. There was a different tone in his voice, as if he was sure that now the truth is not far away. Other members of the team also gave their reactions. Jack Begley, who looks at every little thing carefully, said, "This is the most solid building ever. There was someone who built it and hid it, and we are uncovering his story." Gary Drayton, who is a metal detector expert, also believed that something very big is hidden under this place. Maybe not a treasure, but some historical paper or secret information. Marty said something else that was very deep. Oak Island always tests us. Every time we think we are close, it shows another layer. But this time, it feels like we have finally got hold of the key to the safe that has been holding us back until now. The sparkle in the team's eyes was not just of discovery, it was of the suspense that was about to unfold. Until now, everything was just guessing, theories, but this time what was in front of us, it was real, touchable, and it was saying to itself that yes, there is something here, and that something is very special. Now the biggest questioning front of the Oak Island team was, will they be able to open this secret path? Is what they have discovered just the beginning? Or is the real treasure waiting behind it? Whatever it is, one thing was clear. Rick and Marty's biggest discovery so far was in front of them, and they themselves were surprised that they had actually seen something that was only in books and stories until now. As new clues started coming, up in the digging, old theories about Oak Islands started to come back. The first and most powerful theory is that of the Templar Knights. Many people believe that around 1300, when the Templar Knights were banned in Europe, they hid their treasure and papers somewhere. Now the question comes up, is Oak Island the same place? The building that has been found, the way it is built, the exactness in its design and structure, does not seem to be from any ordinary time. And then the cross-like symbols found on the walls also match the Templar symbols. The Templar Knights did not just have wealth, they also had secrets, religious, political, and scientific. Some people believe that they had parts of the Bible that were hidden by the church. If this is really their secret vault, then not only treasure, but papers that can change history can also be found. The second big theory is that of the Freemasons. This is also a secret group whose roots are hundreds of years old. Freemasons have always hidden their heritage through secret tunnels, symbols, and special places. The coated stone slab found in the digging of Oak Island and the Latin-like writing that has been found now also makes this theory stronger. What has been found in Oak Island this time? Even the digging team was shocked. As soon as the new episode started, there was a strange, quiet moment, and then the camera stops at a place where something heavy was buried under the ground. No map, no hint, but it was clear that something big was hidden. As soon as the team started digging, an old stone building came out from under the dirt. A building that had been missing for hundreds of years, but people always told stories about it. A team member even said, if this turns out to be true, then the whole story of Oak Island will change. Now, the question is this the place where that mysterious treasure is hidden? Is this a secret room of the Templar Knights? Or is it a secret that was kept hidden from the world until now? One thing is for sure. What was shown in this episode has never happened before. What is going to happen next will not let you move from the screen. And yes, if you are also interested in finding such mysteries and treasures, then subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss the next update, Oak Island's old history and twisted truth. The story of Oak Island begins in the year 1795 on a small Canadian island where some boys saw something strange. The ground had gone down under a tree, and it looked like someone had dug there. Today, we call that place Money Pit. Now, imagine in the 1700s, 3 teenage boys start digging a hole, and every few feet down they find something that proves that people had already dug there. Wooden boards, coconut fibers which cannot be found there, and in some places, strange layers of dirt. But the biggest shock comes when a stone slab with writing is found about 90 feet down. There were some strange symbols on that slab, and when it was later figured out, it read 40 feet below. 2 million lie buried. That is, treasure worth $2 million is buried 40 feet below. That's where the craziness of finding the treasure of Oak Island began. Over the hundreds of years, many teams came and dug, but each time they were either flooded, the tunnels fell down, or something happened that made the mystery deeper. Some people believe that the Templar Knights hid their treasure here. Some say that Shakespeare's original papers are buried here, and some people even believe that there is a secret room of a secret group here. Over the years, millions of dollars have been spent, many lives have been lost, but no real answer has been found yet. The biggest special thing about Oak Island is that the more you dig, the more mysterious it gets. And with every dig, a new theory, a new story comes up. So the question remains, is all this just rumors, or is there really a secret below that can change history? Digging in 2025, new technology, new location. In 2025, the digging of Oak Island reached a new turn. This time, Rick and Marty Lagina's team started digging at a place where no one had ever paid attention before. The area between Lot 5 and Lot 9, this place had been empty for years, but this time some information was found that caught everyone's attention. Satellite scans and ground-seeing radar showed a straight flat surface under the ground, which looked like an old building. The team thought that there could be a secret room, tunnel, or hidden wall here. The special thing was that this time the team used the most modern technology for the digging. First, ground-seeing radar GPR was set up, which guessed the activities up to 100 feet below the ground. After this light scanning was done, which does 3D mapping of the whole site, that is, things that are not visible to the eyes, they also appear on the computer screen. Not only this, techniques like magnetometer surveys and sonic drilling also took part in the work, which helped the team to know what is under the ground, rock, metal, or any empty space. All these scanning reports showed there was something big at one place. It seemed like a strong wall or a room made of heavy stones was buried there. Marty clearly told the team, "Now we will work with science, not guessing." These techniques do not lie. This time the digging was done very carefully. No heavy machines, no explosions. Everything was dug layer by layer so that whatever is below does not get damaged. Every movement was being recorded with drone cameras, and every section of the dig was being watched live. What was found so far was just a small look, but the team was confident that they were very close to something big, perhaps to that secret whose answer the whole world has been looking for 200 years. Something heavy under the ground, and then a hidden building. When the digging began, everything seemed normal in the beginning. Dirt, stones, some old pieces of wood, and wet ground. But then suddenly, during the digging, there came a moment that took the entire team's breath away. As soon as the tool of an expert digger hit a solid object, there was a strange sound exactly like the sound that comes when you hit a wall. The team immediately stopped and started cleaning the place, and in a short time, a flat, cement-like surface appeared at first. It seemed that it might be a big rock, but when it was looked at carefully, the shape of the lines became clear, exactly like human building. After a little more digging, an edge came up as if it was the wall of a room. There were light marks on the surface. In some places, it also seemed like it was cut with a tool. By now, the team was sure that this was not a natural thing, but an old building built by people. The matter did not stop at just the wall. As the digging got deeper, a corner opened up, which looked like a doorway or a door. And this is where the suspense got deeper. Marty himself said in front of the camera that this is the most solid thing we have found in Oak Island so far. This is not just a clue. It could be an entry point, a way to the treasure. It was also clear in Rick's eyes that the matter was different this time. There was something special about this building. That texture, that angle, that curved corner. Everything was planned. Now the biggest question in front of the team was, is there a secret room hidden behind this wall? Is this the same place which has been talked about for hundreds of years? Or is this a tunnel showing the layers of a big conspiracy? When that big and strong building was found during the digging at Oak Island, the biggest question for the team was, what is this? Was it built by some ancient people, or is it just nature playing tricks? No one understood at first look. But as more layers of that building were removed, doubts started turning into belief. The layers of stones that were found were perfectly straight in a perfect line. And the biggest thing, every stone seemed to be of the same size and shape as if someone had measured and cut them. If this was natural, then there would not have been such a perfect pattern. Also, the gap between the stones was also equal, as if someone had stacked them like bricks. The experts there immediately said natural rocks are never found in such clean lines. Now the team's attention went to those surfaces where faint marks and signs of cutting were visible. At some places, it also seemed like some tool had been used on them. Not only this, the pieces of wood that were found in the dirt were also found to be connected to this building. That wood was not from today's time. It was guessed that it could be from around 1600 or 1700. If this is true, then it clearly means that this building has definitely been touched by human hands. Some people were saying that it could be a part of an old warehouse, while some felt that it could be a room built to protect the treasure. But the question still remained the same. Who were the people who built it? Were they Templar Knights, or were they members of some other secret group who hid this place hundreds of years ago? One thing was certain. This was not just a pile of rocks. There is a story behind it. There is a purpose. And this purpose was going to become the biggest discovery of Oak Island. When that strong stone wall came in front, and the digging was done along its sides, the team's eyes got stuck on a strange place. There was a corner which seemed different from the rest of the building. The dirt there was a little loose, and there was a movement like air from that part. It seemed like there was an empty space inside. The team thought that this could be an old door or a path which leads to a hidden room or tunnel inside. Rick immediately ordered to open that part, slowly, and work should be done with hands instead of machines so that no damage is done. Some historians even say that Freemasons and Templars were somehow connected to each other. Oak Island may have been a joint plan of these two secret groups. Among so many theories, now only one question is going around in the minds of the audience. Are we really showing the hundreds of years old security technology of a secret group? And if yes, then what were they hiding? Wealth, weapons, or any such truth that showing it could be dangerous to the world. But among all this, there is one more thing that makes Oak Island even more scary. The curse of this place. For years, a story has been going around that the treasure of Oak Island will not be found until 7 people lose their lives here. So far, 6 people have died during the digging. And this time, when a new building has been found, some people have started to feel that maybe the end has come. People may think this theory is just a rumor, but some members of the team take it very seriously. Rick Lagina has said many times on camera that he does not believe in such stories. But when something happens again and again, then a person has to think. And Marty has also joked many times that if the 7th death is needed, then we will all work wearing helmets. In fact, the atmosphere of fear gets deeper when some strange events start happening during the digging. Sometimes the machine stops by itself, sometimes the camera feed suddenly disappears, and sometimes the team members hear strange sounds from below, as if someone is knocking from below. Some people say that all this is just coincidence, but the atmosphere of Oak Island is such that every small thing there becomes a mystery. Now that the digging has reached the point where the inner tunnel is about to open, the question comes up, was this place purposely closed so that no one comes near it? And is this curse pointing towards some truth, from history to mystery, from religion to fear? Oak Island has everything together, and when you connect all these links, it starts to seem that there is something here that the world has not been allowed to know, perhaps because that truth is too big. So now the Lagina brothers and their team have 2 choices. Either they stop the digging and leave this mystery there, or they open that last door as well, whether behind it there is truth, treasure, or death. Now that such a big discovery has been made at Oak Island, a strong stone wall, mysterious tunnels, old signs, and wooden remains, the next question comes up, what is the team going to do now? Will the digging stop here, or will it go further? For Rick and Marty, this is no longer just digging. It has become a mission that they have to complete at all costs. And that, too, when all the hard work so far seems to be paying off. For now, the team has stopped its digging for some time so that all the samples and evidence can be properly examined. Many pieces of dirt and wood have been sent to the lab for carbon dating so that it can be known how old they actually are. Apart from this, some experts have been called for the coded signs that have been found who are experts in reading ancient languages and signs. The team is now fully planning how to send people into that tunnel without any danger because some parts there are still very delicate. The most interesting thing is that this time the government is also showing interest in this discovery. Local authorities have increased the security of the digging, and it is being said that the Canadian federal team can also send some experts so that this place can be given the status of an official historic site. If this happens, then the digging will reach a new level where not only the discovery will be made, but there will also be full preparation to present that discovery to the world. Now, let's talk about the most important part, the closing hook. That is the line that keeps ringing in your heart and mind like bells. So, listen, friend, what has been found this time in Oak Island is not just a clue, it is a door, a path that was probably closed for hundreds of years, and now, for the first time, someone has seen a glimpse of it. If this path opens, then the truth that will come out behind it can change the thinking of the whole world. This is not just about treasure. This can be the beginning of rewriting history. Now, think what we have seen so far that was just the trailer. The real movie is yet to come because what is behind that tunnel? What is hidden inside that vault? And what was the reason of the people who built it? All these questions are still incomplete. And if you too are interested in these mysteries, these theories, and these secret discoveries like me, then do one thing. Subscribe to the channel so that every small and big update of the next digging reaches you first. Because, friend, what comes out next time may not be just an answer. It can be a shock for the whole.